What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Fear of Being Average trading channel. And we about to get right back into another US30 weekly market breakdown. Let's just get right on into it. So first things first, we're gonna start off on the weekly because, like I always tell you guys, you need to start off on the higher time frames because you need to understand what's going on in the bigger perspective. Yes, even though I'm a day trader, what's happening on the weekly isn't gonna affect me specifically every single day, but I need to understand where the market is reaching for liquidity wise. Is there any institutional areas that price is reaching for? Is price retracing? Is price in the middle of an expansion? Is price getting ready to consolidate? All these things play a part in what happens every single week, and if we can anticipate what's happening based off the weeklies and dailies time frames, we can then anticipate what's overall happening. So the first thing I realized is this weekly order block that we had last week that we were paying attention to. As you can see, price has traded down from it, and we had an extremely bearish week last week due to the fact that we are trading away from this order block. And also, if you were to pull your fib from this high to this low, it was a clean rejection. You can see that the candles never closed above the 79% of the fib. They never closed above. So as of right now, I'm more than likely going to anticipate that price is going to continue bearish, at least to fill in this retracement to the 62 to the 79% area. And ideally, that's something that I can anticipate. Why? Because we also have this previous order block that's over here. I'm going to make this just green so you guys can see it just clearly. You can see right here, this 79% is right at this order block that was previously being respected. And if you come down to lower time frames in a second, we're going to see what that looks like on the daily. So if you come down to daily, that weekly order block we had here, I'm going to get rid of it. But you see that we have other areas such as these here. Let me make this clearer. Because all these, this is the weekly, you can see we're breaking structure. So what we will be anticipating this week is just a continue lower. So what we're going to be anticipating is waiting for retracements to go higher. Now that's the daily. Come down to the 4-hour. First thing I noticed is price is clearing this liquidity here and is losing momentum right now. That's the first thing that comes to my eye, that we cleared this low and we're slowly starting to lose that momentum. So this is showing a sign of a possible false break scenario in which I will be anticipating price to at least have a possible retracement to the top side before coming any lower. So that's something I anticipate. And now I'm going to go to the lower time frame. I'm going to map out ideally what I'm expecting to happen. So we see that we're clearing this. We have this high up here and this low down here. We're clearing this low, so I'm going to get rid of the high up here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up the previous day's high, which is all the way up here. I'm going to mark up previous day's low, which is all the way down here. And what does this mean? Why do I mark up the previous day's high and low? I mark up the previous day's highs and lows because this is where liquidity lies. Liquidity lies above equal lows, equal highs, swing highs, swing lows, daily highs, daily lows, because this is where the market is going to be reaching for. On a premeditated bearish day, price is more than likely going to reach for the previous day's low because that's where the liquidity lies. Sorry, I can't really talk. I've only been up for a little bit, but I'm gonna get this video out for you guys. In the previous day's high, when price is premeditated to go higher, price is going to reach for the previous day's high, if that makes sense to you guys. Second thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark up the previous Friday's Asian session, which is all the way up here. This is going to be an area where price is going to reach for, to just, you'll see in a second. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Because if you understand the Asian session, you understand that when price has accumulation, it tends to have retracements to it, to have then a retracement away from it or continue trading above it to get that liquidity. What's going on, guys? So before you keep on watching the video, I just wanted to tell you guys about this opportunity that I have for you guys. So as of recently, I have been getting a lot of questions and comments and concerns about whether or not I do one-on-one mentorship. I personally do not do one-on-one mentorship, but I do have mentorship now, which I decided because you guys have been asking for a while now. So what will I be providing? I will be providing daily live stream access and mentorship every single day, where I will teach you everything that I know and I will guide you from zero to hero. And along with that, I will be giving you live trade analysis, and you will know all of my trades taken live, real time. So with that being said, the price of it right now is $100 a month, but the price is not going to be like that for long. After the first 100 people join, I will be having the price go up. So make sure you take advantage while you can. And now you can finish watching the video. Because this equal high, it's not this equal high, it's previously high, it's also right above at this Asian session high also. So the likelihood of price reaching for it is going to be far more likely. Next thing I'm noticing is, like I said, we cleared this low and we're anticipating price to at least have this possible retracement as of right now, to at least come a little bit higher, to then overall go lower later on in the week. And as you can see, if you look to the left, we have this 15-minute order block right here that price is rejecting as of right now. If you don't know what an order block is, I have videos specifically on order blocks that you could check out, but a simple, just a quick little explanation of it. Order blocks are the last up or down candle before a major move. So right here, this is the last down candle before this big push up that we had, having that retracement. Then we came down, retracing into it one time, retracing into it a second time, but we're also clearing this low. So in the higher time frame, we're still basically anticipating price is going to have this push to the top side. Now, where are we going to expect price to retrace to? We're going to pull our fib tool from this high to this low down here. And if you don't know where I drew it from this high right here to this low. So we're going to be anticipating that price is going to have a run of this buy side liquidity, clear this liquidity, trade into these areas up here. And what do we see about this fib? We also see that it lines up right with this Asian session low also. So that's something we are definitely going to be anticipating. And if I come to the 30-minute, I'm going to see if there's anything else in this area. Come to the hour time frame, 4 hour, just not much. So we're going to go back to the 15. And the first thing I notice is right here, we have this last down candle before, this last up candle before this down move, which is going to be a possible breaker block that price could likely have that retracement to right here. And then this will be retracing right at that low, right to 79% of this fib. And there's also, we have right here, we have 34,800. So there's a lot of reason to believe our price is likely going to have some sort of retracement to this area specifically. It doesn't mean it's going to be directly here. It might take longer, it might take a few days. I don't know for sure when it's going to happen, but this is going to be an area in which I'm anticipating price to have a specific reaction from based off of higher time frames. Now if we go back to the daily, we anticipate where this is on the higher time frame, just like that, we'll be having this retracement. Now let me clear this. If you understand fair value gaps and imbalances, when the market opens on this new day, there's going to be an imbalance in the market from here. Let me just go to a different time frame. So just like this. There's going to be an imbalance from the market from here and from wherever the next candle opens. So I'm going to say right here for sure. So we'll have this imbalance in between that will likely need to get filled. And what do we need to know about that imbalance? Now when we come to the lower time frames, that imbalance is going to be filled, and that's 35,800 right here. So all of this right here is the imbalance. That's wrong. All of this is the imbalance. That's what we want to see potentially get filled to then see price continue going lower into the week. Why do we want to see it go lower? Because we know based off the daily and the weekly time frames that price is more than likely going to be bearish, just based off the simple fact that we traded into a bearish order block and we had our first down week in about a little while. So we can anticipate that the likelihood of having another down week is going to be more likely than unlikely, due to the fact that the last previous week's candle is bearish. A simple tip for you guys: if a candle is bullish or bearish, the likelihood of the next candle being bullish or bearish is at least 50% higher. It doesn't mean it's going to be that same candle, but it has a 50% chance of being higher. So that's something you always want to keep in mind. So if you're trying to buy, say you're on a day trade trying to buy, you at least want to make sure that the previous day's candle is also bullish. So the likelihood of having another buy day is going to be far more likely than if you're trying to buy on a down day. That's just what it comes down to. And now you see this, we're likely going to have this retracement down to Where is this down here? 34,843. So let's look at that on the lower time frame. 843 is all the way 843 is all the way down here. So what do we know about this 843 area? What else can we possibly anticipate? So we're gonna look left. We're gonna go where to it. 843 is in this ideal area right here. So I'm gonna just mark this up just like this, just so I can go in a little higher time frame and see where it is, see what's all here. So I'm trying to anticipate what price is likely to catch retracements off of, and if it's likely to catch, if there's going to be any support in this area. 843. So what do I see? We have this 4-hour order block all the way down here at this 843 area. It's not perfectly at it, but this is ideally where I would want to see price continue to reach for long term this week. Doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. Doesn't mean it's going to happen Monday. Could happen at the end of the week. This is ideally where I'm going to want to see price continue to reach for. Now, if you also come back to the daily, look at how this is right here. Now I'm going to pull my fib from this low, because this is the start of this move that started right here, because I'm using this order block also on the daily, that 4-hour. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it even lower. I'm going to just use this full move. Just like that. Now you see that the 62% is also in confluence with that 4-hour order block. So now there's multiple reasons to believe why price could reach for that area overall, which is all the way down here. Then you look at where that is in price, and you also see that is at 34,800, which is a big figure level that I always like to use. And as you can see, 35,800 is right here. So I'm basically now mapping out what I expect to see in price happen. I want to see price continue higher early into the week, make the high of the week more than likely, to then continue lower, making the lows of the week going towards the end of the week where it can have its full expansion to the downside. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. This is just my idea on what I think is going to happen with US30 this week, just based off of all the time frames, based off the 30-minute, based off the hour, and you can just see clear signs of everything. And until the market opens, we won't know. And I won't know until the market opens either, but you always got to have a bias on what you want to expect the week to happen, because if it starts to play out and you know what you want to see happen, then you won't be confused on what trades to take. I can't think of the word. To execute on. You won't have no problems figuring out what you should do on a day-to-day basis, because you know the overall market direction based off the higher time frames. So when you go onto these lower time frames, you know where you want to, you know whether you want to be buying or selling already based off the previous day, based off the previous week. And that's basically what it comes down to. Then it comes down to holding those trades and trying to take profit at logical areas. So that's really it for US30 overall. Early in the week, I'm anticipating prices going to have this push higher, possibly make the high of the week Monday or Tuesday, to then continue to roll off lower towards the end of the week, because then we have a holiday. So price could likely just continue to fall lower, or price could just break lower, come to this area early into the week, to then just continue moving higher to the end of the week. But only time will tell. This is my analysis on US30 right now. Just gotta wait for the market to open, and we're gonna see what's up. So hopefully we're able to learn a little bit of how I break down the charts. There's only so much I could do when the market's not open, but we'll see what happens. This is what happens when you put a lot of confirmations and a lot of things together in a strategy that can then overall help you figure out something. And when I mean figure out something, creating a bias, creating an overall a thesis or hypothesis on what you expect the market to do. And coming from my experience with trading US30, I understand more than likely how it moves. And just based off candles like this one right here, you can see the rejection that's happening. And here, let me just go to the lower time frame just to show you. Look at the rejections it's having off this specific area, this 15-minute order block. I don't think it's anything any higher. We have a 30-minute. Yeah, the 30-minute and the 15-minute order block is, you can see, it's just being respected. It's being respected multiple times. So ideally, it's going to reach for this liquidity above this high, more than likely this week. Maybe not Monday, maybe not Sunday, but overall this week, I will expect this to get ran, and I will expect price to at least come to 35,800 to potentially roll off to the end of the week. So that's my analysis on US30 right now. We will see what happens this week. Nothing is perfect, nothing is certain, but we will see what we can anticipate. And that's really it. So hopefully I was able to teach you something that you didn't know. Hopefully you were able to learn a little bit more of how I mark up. But if you want to see more of how I trade, I'm live every single day, 8:30 EST, and I live trade every single day. Hasn't been the best month, but that's what to expect with December. Going into this week, I'm only going to be looking for short-term scalps. So I'm going to only be taking 1-to-1s or 1-to-1.5s majority of this week, due to the fact that I have been getting chopped up. Last week I actually had my first down week I've had in a while. So we're just going to be smart with it, keep our risk managed. We're going to preserve our capital. We're just going to take it slow, go for 1-to-1s, just scalp our way through the week just to get through the month. And that's really it. 2022 is going to be even better. We're going to get even more trades. So let's just wait for this market volatility to come back. And every single day, I'm going to be having those live sessions, and we're going to be able to see what we can catch. And that's really it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you be motivated by the fear of being average. And I will see you guys in the next video.